My husband has no backbone. Otherwise a fantastic man. His brother has been coming and staying at our place literally whenever he wants to. He doesn't even ask. Just shows up with his shit like he owns the place. I wouldn't tolerate this from my own family, whom I love. So I'm not about to tolerate it from an in-law. Not saying he is a bad guy. He just has no respect for boundaries in the slightest. Eating our food, crashing on our couch, taking up a shit ton of space because his backpack always has clothes overflowing into common areas. Not to mention his feet are literally the smell of death and it's nauseating. My husband has complained several times about it. Says he is fucking fed up with the fact that his brother can't even be bothered to ask to come over and just shows up. Says he is absolutely sick of constantly dealing with it and at least once a week says he will have a talk with his brother on at least asking first, prior to coming over. Admittedly the big issue is we like sleeping in our birthday suits. I have a thyroid probably and sweat like there's no tomorrow if I'm covered at all, and we can't do that with his brother here. So most nights it's extremely uncomfortable for me especially because this is my fucking house. However, with that said, my husband does absolutely nothing about it. Complains endlessly to me but never has the talk with his brother outside of one single time recently where his brother called and I heard my husband say something to the effect of we haven't had alone time in almost 2 weeks so we are just irritated. I later found out his brother asked what was wrong and this is what my husband said in response. So it was a hint, at best, but something even I would have fully understood. Regardless, his brother showed up here yesterday around dinner time. Takes a shower, eats our food, etc. I'm pissed at this point. I've felt like shit for a week and don't want company. So I kept dropping comments. You gonna go pick me up some wine on your dollar since you ate my food and used my hot water? You gonna help with our electric bill since you're here at least 3 days a week? Stuff like that. Never once yelling or being ignorant beyond what I've mentioned above. He has his own place. No reason to be here. He ends up saying things like you have a fucking problem and that's not my problem or this is my brother's house, if he doesn't want me here then he needs to tell me, it's my house. I bought it but I've never pulled that argument because my husband has been on the mortgage since 6 months ago and it's his house too and I 100% agree with Big. My husband should be the one to tell him, but he doesn't. So basically he called me a bitch for deliberately making him uncomfortable and I said oh, you're uncomfortable? Good. I'm glad you are. Because that's how it feels to me whenever you walk into this house unannounced. My husband said I was too harsh. Rita? EDA, my husband is incredibly uncomfortable with anyone going against his family. Therefore, to respect him and his wishes, I have not spoken up until yesterday. Husband also has severe survivor's guilt due to his brother's manipulation. They were in foster care and his brother got treated like garbage, where my husband was treated like gold. My Big has pulled the you owe me because I took the fall for you so many times and saved you from the same shit I went through lines. EDA again, forgot to mention, Big is a recovering addict. Was heavy into heroin and given the guilt trips Big has pulled, my husband feels it is his fault. So he is almost fearful of speaking to his brother, in fear that he will spiral.